What's going on, everybody? This your man, Chris Thorns. As always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you watch my content. And as always, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Ladies and gentlemen, I just went live. We'll try to do a live. And this thing, I don't know if it's YouTube or was it a software, but I think it's YouTube. It just kept on buffering, knocking me offline. Did the same thing yesterday, kept buffering, knocking me offline. So like I told y'all people, I had to do a pre-record and just upload it as a premiere. It would still play as a live, but it won't be real time, so everything will be pre-recorded. So I'm gonna have to start everything back over and give you some of these updates that I have. So let's get right into it. Welcome to the Chris Thorne Show. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's your man Chris Thorns. Let's get right into this. We ain't gonna waste no time. Uh, let's see here. I need to move something out the way real quick. I need to move out the way real quick. All right, guys. The first story I cover is this about the Desert Star Motel. Y'all remember down there in Bakersville, they did a human trafficking bust, and some of you was asking me, about the owner being arrested. Here's the update: the owner of that motel has been arrested. Excuse me. So yet again, let's let y'all hear it without any interruption. We shouldn't have no interruptions in this one because I'm doing a pre-recorded. Uh yeah, we shouldn't have it. Well, we might just did. I don't know. It may be the software. I don't know. But anyway, let's go. Let's go.
Well, it is no ordinary motel in central Bakersfield. That's being described as a modern-day brothel, actually. And tonight we are learning new details in a massive operation to rescue over a dozen women from a human trafficking ring operating out of that motel. 17's Jason Katowski is joining us now with what he learned in court today. Good evening, Jason.
Good evening, Jim. An arrested affidavit has been filed. We obtained that, and we discovered that alleged prostitution and human trafficking has been going on in that location for years, and that it was a location well known to pimps through social media, through cell phone contacts. The motel's owner, Jatinbai Bhakta, and general manager Roy Dries were arrested Friday on suspicion of using the South Union Avenue establishment for sex trafficking, including the sex trafficking of minors. The affidavit says both men admitted to knowing prostitution occurred regularly on the premises. Through interviews, surveillance, search warrants on cell phones and social media, investigators determined Bhakta and Dries were involved in what was taking place at the motel, and some women said Bhakta charged pimps a certain rate if one or two girls would be using a room. He also laid down ground rules for the women. He told them if they were involved in a fight, he wouldn't let them come back and operate out of there for 3 months. And if they were beaten by a client or a pimp, he wouldn't aid them because, quote, that's part of the game, end quote. Authorities said this information was acquired over a years-long investigation, and their next hearing is going to be coming up a little later this week.
Well, this is certainly no game, that's for sure.
Yes.
So the owner and the general manager of this motel, they are complicit in all of this. What are the charges for the maximum penalties they could be facing?
The judge informed them this afternoon that the maximum penalty, if convicted, is 5 years in prison and a $250,000 fine.
So what happens next?
Next, they have a hearing Friday. It's a detention hearing to determine if bail will be set. Some of the other human traffickers, alleged human traffickers related to this case, are being held without bail. They're going to determine Friday if bail will be set for these two men.
Okay. Jason Katowski, thanks for the update.
Thank you, Jim.
And we want to let you know there are a few ways to call for help against human trafficking. You can call the National Human Trafficking Hotline. It's 1-888-373-7888, or Child Protective Services, or the CPS hotline, which is 661-631-6011. You can also visit the Department of Human Services website, that is kcdhs.org, for a list of resources and information.
All right, guys. So we heard this about that the owner has been arrested. Now, instead of me giving a different commentary, let me bring you up. Let me bring up to you what I recently said about this. Give me a minute. All right, guys, I am back. And again, like I said, instead of trying to repeat what I said, because I think I said some good stuff in this one. Hopefully, I don't know if it started glitching while I was doing this. Hopefully it didn't, because it was some good stuff that was being said in this. So what I'm going to do is remove myself, get it out the way so you can see everything. Let's see, where is... I think let's say right here. All right, here's what I had to say initially about that. 5 years for that. They faced up to only 5 years. It is what it is. Good day to you. Elizabeth, what's going on? Good day, Tina Powers. Hey there. Tay, what the business? What up, Dana? 5 years running this reign, and y'all got all types of footage and this, then the third of 5 years. Not only that, the men say you get whooped. They don't offer no aid because that's part of the game. You get to fighting. You can't come back to work for 3 months at their hotel. You know, again, y'all remember we spoke a couple of days ago when I did my stream about how some of these young ladies be smelling themselves and just acting wild, and how the mothers just let these women acting wild, and you just let them run the streets and do whatever they want to do. And y'all heard about the other story that I did about the girl who got stabbed at Walmart. Y'all heard the chief say that, you know, we're going to start being strict on curfew or whatever the case may have been. And when you don't put any kind of structure in these children's lives, you know, stuff like this happen because a lot of these young girls and these young men, when they feel like they're not getting love at home, they're going to go and try to seek what they miss in their home. And again, y'all remember I said the first person who showed them any ounce of sensitivity to make them feel like that they care, then these children, these young teens are putting in their hand. All right? They put in their hand and don't know what they're getting into. And I think that's what happened with a lot of cases with this human trafficking. You know, stuff is going crazy at home. These children don't feel like they're being loved. They don't feel like they're getting the love from their mother. Probably don't feel like they're getting love from their father. So they're going out trying to seek what they're not getting at home. All right? And whoever these assholes is that run this reign, they probably gas their head up, talk about, you know, you beautiful, you know, you this and that, you know, I would love to have you on my team. I can show you a better life than your parents have done. And these kids get brainwashed and get fucked up with this. Because you would think if I get to fighting, you don't want to deal with me in 3 months. There ain't no reason for me to come back. Because if shit is going crazy at home, I'm dealing with this at home. Why would I come back to this? And this is 10 times worse what's going on at home. But I guess when you are fucked up in the mind like that, when you're brainwashed like that, you tend to go back to what you think is love. But really it's not. Amen? Amen? How many times you heard somebody been in domestic violence and you ask that question, why do you keep going back? What's the number one answer you always hear? Because he or she loves me. Am I lying? They love me. They just doing it out of love. They get brainwashed to believe that getting their ass whooped is love. I don't understand it, but that's what's going on in the world today. They love me. How many of y'all have heard that before? No bullshit, no laughing. This ain't funny. I'm dead serious. How many of y'all have heard that before? You try to talk to somebody like, why you keep going back to that? And that's the answer you get. Oh, girl, because he loves me. He just doing it out of love. He just stressed out. And vice versa. How many times y'all have heard that? And it's sad. It is very sad. I never thought getting your ass whooped meant somebody love you. But then again, when you hearing words that you never heard before, or somebody showing you that they care, and you apologetic enough, then I guess it would be easy to fall into that trap multiple times. Amen? Now us men, I think we get in domestic violence with female whooping our ass, but you don't ever hear them kind of story because we box your ass back, you know. But you do got a small percentage of men who's in domestic relationship where the women is beating them. But I think with us, it's more so of verbal abuse. We get verbal abuse, not just physical abuse. Y'all give us verbal abuse, but y'all get everything on a silver platter. And I swear to God, you think that's love? Y'all feel like it's love. So you know, y'all females, y'all tell me what it is. I don't know. Y'all tell me what it is. And the same thing to go with these young ladies right here. I bet that's what's going on with these young ladies. Y'all let these Abu, and Poo Poo, whatever their fucking name is, they just gas y'all head up and y'all fell for it. All right, guys, with that, I'm going to leave them right there at that. You know, I said a little bit more, but I'm going to leave it at that because I don't want to try to make this too long. But yeah, that's pretty much what I said about that. You know, and if you want to hear the rest of it, just go to the regular video because I still left the live up. You know, yesterday I took it down, but I just left it up, and so y'all go hear everything that I said as far as that goes. Now I didn't pay attention to over there at the chat room. I was seeing what people was really saying about this. Some people said one of them said they got 5 years for doing running a cocaine ring or something like that I missed. And I saw somebody said, no, it ain't just the mothers. No, I would never say just the mothers. You know, this shit's all over the place. You know, it's all over the place. But here's what I get at. You know, a lot of stuff you just hear is dealing with the moms. The moms don't show these girls love, and that's how they get crazy, and someone just get turned out because they go into the first place where they find love at. Y'all remember, the show I did previously, with the guy, my man London Link, how he spoke about all this stuff about these young girls at Walmart, how they so out of control, because y'all remember what we said. If you have both parents in the home, a positive mother and a positive father, those are the best homes. Or if the family is broken up, where they can't get positivity from nobody, then these children, these youngins don't know where to turn to. I want y'all to understand that's what I mean by that. So I'm not gonna completely just blame everything 100% on the moms. Some of us men out there, we fuck up too. We fuck up as well. So I'm not just gonna blame everything on the women. So don't ever think that. Don't ever think that at all. It's not always y'all fault. It's not always, but usually with stories like these, 9 times 10, you ask one of them women, one of them young ladies, what's going on? The first thing they'll say is, my mama, my mama, my mama. That's the first thing they're going to say. Trust me, I've seen it and I heard it. That's why I can speak on a lot of stuff like this. Because I'd have seen it and I'd have heard it. All right? So let's go to the next story. Next story right here, you take a look at above me. That little, the lady above me, her name is Jessica Cherry. And I keep forgetting this baby name. Jesus Christ. Forgive me, y'all. That baby name is Kaylee Thomas. She was 2 years old. Kaylee Thomas was 2 years old. Now, here's what's going on with this fool right here, this asshole right here, who deserved to get her ass whooped. She don't need no jail time. She needs to get her ass whooped. What this woman did, she ran a daycare, and she was not only abusing young Kaylee, but kind of find out, according to what the story says, this woman was abusing a lot of children, quite a few children. All right, and I'm gonna tell you how fucked up it is. The place where she was doing her caregiving, first they said it was unlicensed. First of all, it was unlicensed. Then kind of find out, they say she would turn the camera to face another direction. Thought she was getting away with what she's doing. But kind of find out, people was paying attention to the reflection on their TV. And this woman still got caught doing the stuff that she was doing. Ladies and gentlemen, listen to this story about Jessica Cherry and how foul this woman was. I don't even know if I should even give her respect and call her a woman. But I want y'all to listen to how foul she was and how she was treating some of these children. Have a listen.
A daycare center is supposed to be a place where your children are safe and cared for while you're at work or school. But testimony in court today alleges an unlicensed home-based facility in Norfolk was a daycare nightmare. 10 Your Side's Regina Mobley explains why. Regina?
Well, Tom, Wavy TV 10 first started looking into allegations against 37-year-old Jessica Cherry after 2-year-old Kaylee Thomas, a child in her care, was rushed to CHKD where she was pronounced dead. The disturbing allegations revealed in court today are not related to Kaylee's death, but what happened a week before Kaylee died. I will warn you, the details of today's court proceedings will be hard for a lot of people to listen to. Kaylee Thomas, family members called her Boo, was bright beyond her 2 years. She could count up to 15, say her ABCs, and loved to give hugs and kisses. On August 28th, around 3 p.m., Kaylee became unresponsive while in the care of 37-year-old Jessica Cherry in her home, which prosecutors say was an unlicensed daycare facility in the 1300 block of Jennifer Street. Police and paramedics responded to calls for help. Kaylee was transported to Children's Hospital of the King's Daughters, where she was pronounced dead. Armed with a search warrant, police returned to the Jennifer Street home to gather evidence, including Ring surveillance camera video that prosecutors say recorded horrific crimes against other children a week before Kaylee died. I'm going to demonstrate how several alleged crimes were caught on camera. Prosecutors say a Ring camera inside the daycare was turned so that the lens faced a dark television screen. Prosecutors say that dark screen captured reflections of disturbing crimes taking place behind the lens of the camera. During a bond hearing, prosecutors played that reflection video that police say captured on camera Cherry covering an infant's nose and mouth tightly with a cloth and then leaving him in a room. Another scene captures her allegedly slapping an infant. The chilling audio of the child crying out in pain was heard in the juvenile courtroom while Judge Lynn Simmons, attorneys, and the suspects watched the video of the alleged crimes via reflection video. Cherry is charged with 2 counts of gross, wanton, or reckless care for a child, 2 counts of endangerment, cruelty, or injuries to children, stab cut wound with malicious intent, and a new charge, attempted malicious wounding. Now, Cherry was denied bond. She's due back in court November 12th for a preliminary hearing, and she has lost custody of her young son. So far, no charges have been filed in the death of little Kaylee Thomas, and her cause of death is pending. I reached out to Kaylee's family members, and I was told the family remains under a gag order in what is an active police investigation. To learn more about what she meant to her family, see this story on wavy.com. Regina Mobley, 10 on Your Side.
This is where YouTube really started glitching on me when we got to this story right here. Just take a look at this while this bitch was doing. Then she had a child, but she lost her child to the whatever you call this shit. I can't even think right now after hearing this shit. Gross, wanton, or reckless care for a child. I forget what the definition of wanton is. Let me look this shit up real quick. Because this is a disgusting bitch. This is a disgusting bitch. Wanton disregard is a legal term that denotes an individual's extreme lack of care for the well-being or rights of another individual. It is most commonly used in an insurance context involving negligence to describe reckless behavior that has led to damages or injury. Wanton disregard is a serious accusation that indicates that a person behaved extremely recklessly. Endangerment, cruelty, or injuries to a child ×2. Stab, cut wound with malicious intent, and attempted malicious wounding. As I was saying, until YouTube started shutting my stream down, what I was saying is, with a bitch like this, you won't need to call 911. You need to dial my number. And it ain't 777-9311. I'm 901. Now, I ain't no tough guy, and I never portray myself to be a tough guy. But with a bitch like this, you don't need to call the police. You need to call me, because I'm going to whoop this bitch ass. All right? Because the police ain't going to do nothing but be kind to her and put a cuss behind her back, and I know that's the lawful way to go. And I don't promote violence on my channel, but after hearing what this woman did, I don't give a fuck what color you are. You doing all this shit to a child, you don't need jail. You need your ass whooped. Real good. So every last child she did that to, every last one of them should have came up there and put their foot up her ass. All right? And then give her jail time later, and then put us in the jail cell with her and let us whoop her ass some more. This is a horrible individual. This is a devil in disguise. All right? And I'm sorry. Well, sorry, not sorry. And I'm tired of these white people, like this woman right here, around our black children, and just act like they hate our children. All right? Guess who else did this? Cynthia Baker. Cynthia Baker did this to a young lady by the name of Marika Roundtree. She's a devil in disguise and tortured the hell out of that child. Y'all don't know who I'm talking about? Type in Cynthia Baker or type in Rika Roundtree. And you will hear the awful story that this woman did to that black baby. Okay? And I'm tired of hearing stories like this of people like this bitch right here is doing that to our children. Even though I don't have children, but I'm going to say our children. Because I speak for them, I feel like they are part of me. I am disgusted with this woman. I am. And everything they came to, she more like deserve it. Like they say, what happens in the dark comes to the light. This woman tried to hide what she was doing. They realized the camera was catching the reflection on the TV and saw every fucking thing she was doing. So thank God for that TV. That TV was there. Thank God for that. Because if that TV wasn't there and that TV didn't catch the reflection, this woman probably would have got away with every damn thing that she did. But they go to show you what happens in the dark comes to the light. Now, this wench here, she's been charged. And the reasons follows. A Virginia daycare operator has been charged with murder in the death of a 2-year-old she was babysitting. And prosecutors have said in court that surveillance videos show that the woman may have abused additional children. Last August, 2-year-old Kaylee Thomas was found unresponsive at the home of the 37-year-old Jessica Cherry. She was rushed to a nearby hospital where she was pronounced dead. Authorities allege that Cherry watched children in a home in Norfolk, Virginia. The home had a large front yard and modern playground equipment, but prosecutors allege that the daycare was unlicensed. Kaylee's cause and manner of death was initially unclear, but the coroner has now classified her death as a homicide. Cherry was arrested last September and charged with felony attempted malicious wounding, 2 counts of felony abuse and neglect of a child, and 2 counts of felony child endangerment. After coroner's finding this week, Cherry was charged with the count of second-degree murder. After Kaylee's death, authorities discovered a camera in the home. Although the camera was turned towards a television set, prosecutors said in court in September they were able to see the activities of the house reflected in a dark screen. They alleged that they were able to see Cherry's abusing multiple children. During a bond hearing last week, prosecutors played the video for the court. According to My Fox 8, prosecutor alleged that the video depicts Cherry covering the infant's nose and mouth tightly with a cloth and then leaving him alone in the room. Another scene allegedly captures her slapping the infant, causing the child to cry out in pain. Cherry's been held without bond and has pleaded not guilty to the charges against her. Her attorney did not immediately return people's call for comment. If you suspect child abuse, call the Child Help National Child Abuse Hotline at 1-800-4CHILD or 1-800-422-4453 or go to www.childhelp.org. All calls are toll-free and confidential. The hotline is available 24/7 in more than 170 languages. So again, we got another motherfucker doing dirty shit, but didn't want to plead not guilty. Wants to plead not guilty, and you caught red-handed doing the shit that you're doing, but you want to plead not guilty. Same thing Cynthia Baker was doing. Want to plead not guilty, trying to get then you try to get a bond set low and all types of shit. These women are evil. Women like her and Cynthia Baker are evil. Evil. And I'm going to search on this story and see has the folks spoke out. And y'all know me, I'm going to try to reach out to this girl folks and see if I can bring them on the show. And let them have their voice heard. Because this is a motherfucking ridiculous. Now, a lot of y'all may get offended. Look, excuse me, tongue-tied. I'm all over the place. Some of y'all may get offended when I said about this. And I ain't got nothing against white people. But I got something against white people like this. This is horrible. Horrible. And I'm wondering, did she have a dude that stayed with her, or was this bitch even married and had a husband that stayed there with her while she was doing this evil shit? And I'm wondering, did little Kaylee try to tell her mom what was going on? Or probably too scared to say something. All right? Or probably couldn't even talk clear enough for her mom or dad or whoever to understand that she was trying to tell them that this woman was beating the hell out of her. I'm really pissed about this story. I am really pissed. I am. That shit hurts right there. Man, like I said, you don't need jail. You need your ass whooped. That's what you need. You need your ass whooped. And you need it whooped good. Man. Hold on, guys. Sorry about that, guys. I had to go find what I need for the next story. And let's get into the next story. Ladies and gentlemen, the next story is an update of a man out of Greece, New York, Rochester, New York. I think it's all the same thing, and I could be wrong on that. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong on that. The man you see on the left, that is Demetri Cash. The young man you see is Junior. And I forget what the young lady name is. But y'all remember the story initially said that the babies was kidnapped from a foster home. And, you know, they broke through the window. They duct taped the foster person's mouth and the kids. And I think they tied them together. And these two babies was taken. And they stole the foster folks' van. Then we later find out that they tracked the children all the way down to Montgomery, Alabama in a car with a woman. I guess they was playing a getaway thing. I don't know what's going on with that. But however, a lot of us was on this man's side. We were saying that he was fighting for his children. And could be where that he is fighting for his children because maybe he feels some type of way or whatever the case may have been. I done heard rumors about this, that the baby mom put a false allegation on him, and then they retracted it. You know, I just seen a whole lot of comments, and I just don't know what's really going on. But the update to this story is that he has been arrested for this because they said he helped plan this kidnapping. Now, I haven't heard why all this happened, so this is going to be the first time you hearing this story or whatnot. I don't know, guys. Let's have a listen. Let's have a listen.
1 week ago tonight, 2 young children were kidnapped from their foster home in Greece. They were found safe in Alabama 2 days later. Now their father is under arrest, and tonight we have new information about why. Kayla Green reports from Greece Town Court tonight. Kayla?
Well, Maureen, this is the complaint from the Greece police detective, which explains that Dimitri Cash is being charged with 3 different crimes. Now, it's important to note here he's being charged with all 3 of these under Section 20 of New York state law, which means he may or may not have committed all of the actions listed in this paperwork, but police believe he had some involvement in them. This paperwork says Dimitri Cash helped plan the kidnapping of his 2 children. 2 people broke into the children's foster home at 805 English Road last Monday night. Cash was arrested over the weekend, and another woman was arrested last week in Alabama in connection to this crime. However, the paperwork does not specify which 2 people actually broke into the house. It says during the kidnapping, a victim and the homeowner were duct taped to 2 other children, pushed down the basement stairs, and hit multiple times by the suspect. It says one of the victims suffered significant bruises from the violence. The paperwork says the suspects then stole the victim's car and left the house with the 2 children. The names are redacted in paperwork, but we know the children kidnapped were Shakiria and Dimitri Cash Jr. The statement ends by saying Dimitri Cash Sr. intentionally, knowingly, and unlawfully committed kidnapping, burglary, and robbery, all felonies. He's charged under Section 20, accomplice liability, meaning he didn't necessarily commit all these actions, but if he helped others commit them, he'd be held equally responsible under the law. Greece police say Cash is being held in the Monroe County Jail, and the other woman arrested, who was arrested in Alabama, is being held down there. Live in Greece, Kayla Green, News 8.
All right, Kayla, thank you. And police were able to find the children in 48 hours by tracking a rental car from Rochester to Alabama.
All right, guys, again, you know, I say this is a good thing and somewhat of a bad thing. And I'm going to explain to you why I say it's good and bad. Y'all remember when I first did this story, I was saying, you know, what a good thing it was that the cop found these children within 48 hours or 24 hours, one of the two, 48 or 24. They was able to find these children, and these children were safe, and they were saying that the children was eating chicken nuggets and watching cartoons. And I say that's a great thing. But the sad thing about this is that you have 2 missing cowboys in California City. Nobody has no idea where they are. And they should also be eating chicken nuggets and watching cartoons or whatever they like to eat. But unfortunately, them boys have not been found as of yet. And that saddens me because I wish that all children could be safe forever. But unfortunately, we can see in this era, that's not what's happening. You damn near can't trust nobody with your children now. And which make things like this so hard. So hard. All right? So again, I'm happy that they were found safe. But I'm sad that the other 2 boys haven't been found at all yet, dead or alive. But I'm just like a lot of you. I hope they are found alive. I hope they are. But y'all know how these cases goes. When it goes on this long, 9 times out of 10, it's a recovery mission now. They're looking for bodies. All right. So now, which lead me to this story right here. Man, this man was a part of his children getting kidnapped, but this ain't the first time that I think he's done this. They say he went and got one of them out of school. He wasn't supposed to do it, and he got in trouble for that. And I think those charges are still pending on him. Again, There's a lot of rumors about this case. I don't know unless they just put out the affidavit. I'm see if I can find it of everything that's going on with this man. But like I said, one of the rumors I heard was the baby mom made a false allegation against him, her and her daughter, something like that. But then went back and recant what they said. So apparently what there was, it stuck with him, and he got in trouble for that. Then I think I seen somewhere people's claiming that he was abusing these kids. That's why he lost to the foster system. Now, these are allegedly people. I don't know. I mean, I can't say what's going on with this case. I just know now he's the one that had something to do with it. They saying he didn't do everything, but he had a part of having these kids kidnapped. A lot of you were saying that we see this as a man trying to fight for his children. He's trying to fight for his children because, the foster system is corrupt, which I did a show on there about the Child Protective Services, and a lot of people had talked, and it sounds like it is corrupt. All right? Oh, I also know the rumor they were saying that the foster parents were abusing them too. That's why he's trying to get them out of there, and I think he even made the allegation that the foster parents was abusing the children, all right? So those are some of the rumors that's floating around this story. I don't have concrete evidence of what really happened as to why his children were lost to the foster care system. And for some reason, the mom ain't got him either, so she ain't got him, so she lost him too, I guess. I don't know, so there's not much I can really just say other than the update is he has been arrested. But now, I would say this. If it is true that the foster folk, which a lot of people are saying that they know the foster people, they weren't like that, who knows? I mean, when you know somebody, of course you're going to take up for them. You're not going to say nothing bad about them, but if that is true that they are abusing him, then can you really blame this man for trying to rescue his children? And I've seen a lot of people was praising him for trying to fight for his children. And I guess I could agree with that to an extent, because you don't really hear too many people going to this extent to try to fight for their children. But apparently this man is really fighting to get his children. He doing it by any means necessary to get his children out what he believe is a dangerous situation. And it may well be a dangerous situation. I don't know. But there's something in this man. There's a fire in this man that's making him keep doing what he's doing for these children. And I guess on that aspect, you have to respect that, because I don't hear too many fathers doing that. But this man is doing anything he can to get these children back with him. Now, if I'm saying what is he doing is right, not at all. I would never condone anybody breaking the law. But I guess in this situation, I guess it is necessary because he feel like he being dicked around. All right. So again, allegedly, all them people saying about him, and what all the people saying about the foster care parents, I don't know. As a matter of fact, let me see if I can find something real quick. Hold on. All right, guys, look like I found y'all something even better. The lady who they say that they found in a car, I think they talking about her in this one right here. Let's have a listen. Because it says Greece foster home kidnapping suspect brought back to Rochester and the father is in court. And all right, let's have a listen.
And charged in connection to the kidnapping of the brother and sister from Greece is now in the Monroe County Jail. Kamara Pluvois is being held without bail. She was flown from Alabama to Rochester last night and turned over to Greece PD. She was arraigned in Greecetown Court on charges of kidnapping, robbery, and burglary. Pluvois was arrested last Wednesday after federal investigators found the children hidden under a blanket on a floor of a car in Alabama. The father of the children, Dimitri Cash Sr., is accused of being involved and faces the same charges. He appeared virtually for a preliminary hearing yesterday, but the proceeding was postponed.
All right. Wow. I can't get rid of this. All right, so that's the woman who they found the children in her car.
Here's how easy it is to connect.
Let's see, the DA outside Daycare who wants to testify on his own. He want to testify on his own behalf. He will remain behind bars until at least a week, at least next week, after the district attorney office successfully filed and was granted an adjournment for this case. He want to testify on his own behalf. He's tested negative for, well, you know what they testing everybody for now. They're saying he must remain in quarantine till Tuesday. They're asking for him to be released on reduced bail and wear electronic monitor. I'm just scanning through these, guys. I'm scanning through it. All right. He's supposed to appear in court on February the 3rd. He's supposed to appear in court on February the 3rd. So, all right, guys, like I said, as far as this story goes, all I'm hearing is rumors. You know, I don't know what's the real deal, what's really going on. Maybe when the hearing comes out and all that, you know, we'll find out what's really going on with this case or whatnot, you know, and if somebody did put some false allegations on him, you know, I mean, y'all a piece of shit. Seriously. Yeah, y'all really a piece of shit, you know. Guys, thank y'all so much. Sorry I had to do it this way, but YouTube just kept shutting me down. Just like it was doing other people, you know. So I don't know what's going on with YouTube right now, or maybe it's this software. I had no idea, but this is the best way I can do it right now without any problems running this premiere. So as always, get the thumbs up for your boy, and I'll be watching y'all commentary. And you know, for somebody will watch this later, please, you know, share y'all thoughts on what y'all hear, what you agree with, what you disagree with, and maybe when I come back live, we can have a discussion about all this. But till then, I'm your man Chris Thorns. Catch y'all next time, and please, guys, be safe out there. All right, peace.